the Petroleum Dealers Association say they are sticking to their principles and discontinuing electronic card payments at service stations from tomorrow. Speaking on C News Live, they explained why they are adamant of taking cash only against NP, who say they'll continue to take cards at their own stations. Here's our energy correspondent Roger Dwarica with the details.
Since the announcement 24 hours ago of cash, no cards from Friday at gas stations, motorists have been somewhat divided over which form of payment they prefer.
Very dangerous for the people working inside it right now.
It is really an antique thing that way, the old time way of thinking.
I find they should stop it. Because if somebody haven't got no money on them at the time, they could use the card.
There's also been many questions raised over why the PDA decided to implement the drastic change, which they say relates to high bank costs associated with card transactions and poorer margins on all gasoline-related sales.
There are unforced costs that are placed upon us randomly by the government. So when the government increases the price of super by 33% since like 2014 or 2016, right? We have to spend more money for cash to handle that cash. When the price of premium went up by 92%, similarly, we have to spend more money to handle the cash. These are things these are sort of costs that are related to an increase in price with no change in the margin. You see, we earn 17 cents. So you had 17 cents at $3 before, now you have 17 cents at $5.75.
The decision to stop using card transactions at privately owned and operated service stations came as a result of the 140-strong membership saying they felt squeezed since the decrease in the fuel subsidy and unrevised margins, which haven't been addressed since 2005 by the Energy Ministry.
Let's say it's 2% is your credit card cost. You swipe the credit card, out of the $4 that we get, right, $2 now goes to the credit card. We're left with $2. It's simple math. We are price takers, right? Our reaction is driven by the edicts of government. Our reaction is governed by what has happened to us with the government. The government has created these issues.
In a countermove, though, National Petroleum has indicated it will continue to take debit and credit cards at the pump at NP-operated and owned stations. However, the former Energy Minister, Kevin Ramnarine, said this is only related to a small number of service stations. But the real issue of why the Petroleum Dealers Association chose to discontinue cards at their member stations relates to the 200% increases in the business and green levies.
The business levy and the green fund levy are based on percentages, whereas the profit margin of the gas station business is based on cents per gallon. So profit in that business is not a function of a percentage of revenue. Profit is not a percentage of revenue. It is based on cents per gallon.
Mr. Ramnarine said as a result of the levy, many stations are struggling to survive, with some either facing closure or being shut completely. Roger Dwarica, C News.